Candace Owens says Trump is pro-vax because he's too old to understand the internet. I never once called Trump too old. I never once said that Trump could not understand the internet. And yet somehow he got that information and believed it to be true. He thought that I said that he was too old and that he couldn't understand the internet and did not quite get the information that actually what I was saying was a defense of him so that his supporters would still believe in him. Not only was he just mad, by the way, he then, during a golf session with some mutual friends of ours, had a person next to him who was egging this on, saying to Trump, and I know this because, again, this is a mutual friend, aren't you mad at Candace? Aren't you mad at Candace? Aren't you mad at Candace? And eventually he was like, yeah, I'm so mad at Candace. I'm so mad at Candace. And this got back to me.
Bro, what is happening? Dude, American politics is so cooked, yo. Especially the Republican Party. Like, can you imagine? Candace Owens is nowhere near a notable person, okay? Just straight up propped up by the Republican Party infrastructure to be like...
Well, she's very notable.
A notable person in the media. And like, you got...
And if she wasn't notable, obviously you wouldn't be looking at her. She wouldn't be on your video right now.
Someone like her, whose reach is marginal, okay? Let's be real. In compared to someone like myself, Candace Owens' reach is minuscule, okay? And yet...
Compared to someone like yourself, this is a fucking dick fucking size contest with Candace Owens. He's fucking having a dick contest with Candace. Oh my god.
Donald Trump is having petty high school style drama.
Wow, I was not gonna say it earlier until I knew for sure, but he's a narcissistic asshole, and that's fine.
Drama or beef with someone like fucking Candace Owens. That's insane. Are you jealous? I'm not jealous, but it does definitely frustrate me to see how little the Democratic Party gives a shit about, I guess, its own naturally occurring, organically occurring media structure. The difference is you despise 90% of the party? Yes. Yes. Like, there's no world in which I meet Joe Biden. There's no world in which I would have met Barack Obama when I was, like, debating Charlie Kirk. But Charlie Kirk was literally fucking besties with Donald Trump Jr. and still is. Had Donald Trump Jr. on shows, you know what I mean? There is no infrastructure within the Democratic Party that is interested in propping up voices that are young. Anyway, let's watch this.
That he was upset with me, that he was angry with me, and the next time that I saw him,
why is she
rude to me? He was actually rude to me. I'm telling you this personal story.
Why?
It is something that made me, for the first time, question him as a person. So you have an individual that spent years...
Why?
Oh no, Hassan, you know. Jesus fuck. No, he's not. He's probably a fucking INTP or something. But anyway. Oh no. They don't make them like me. Okay. When you're a public figure, sometimes you have to keep shit to yourself. Especially when you're in politics like this. You do not go on air and say, excuse me, this is happening between me and a candidate that's going to be running for election once again. Unless, of course, she has decided to not vote for him. And this is a political agenda thing. And I know what Hasanabi's doing. You fucking smart fucker, you. Of course he's intelligent. He's obviously intelligent. He has that thing where most intelligent people treat other people like they're dumb and stupid and treat them like shit. That's fine. It's not fine, but still, like, you don't bring this shit up. Candace Owens, you don't do this kind of shit. And she's like hurt. goddamn, she sounds like a fucking snowflake there. Dude, I would probably, and I have agreements with her. Politically, I'd probably agree with her the most, I would presume. But this is snowflake-ish. I'm like, yeah, she's part of my generation. Now I know for sure.
Right? And that individual gave you a completely kind and fair interview. You said something yourself that your base didn't like, and you somehow transformed that into something that I did wrong. That's unacceptable. That is not being a leader. That is not owning things that you did wrong. That is not owning.
I love that in Candace Owens' eyes, that's the first time Donald Trump was not happy and refused to take accountability. I love.
Okay, so Donald Trump is an ENTJ, okay? What the fuck do you expect from a guy that everything is going to be based on, information from other people in terms of his emotions. So if someone says someone's talking shit about him, he's going to he's going to FI, inferior, and he's going to take that shit in and he's just going to fucking lash out. Come on. I'd look at it as a challenge. I'd be like Donald Trump. I'd be like, someone said this. You think I say that? Why would you think that I would say that? I go into a nice little dialogue that I don't think that. He's got NI as as a parent, right? I'd be like, a fucking NI hero. Let's fucking go. Like, I didn't vote for Trump in 2016 or whatnot because he wasn't a fucking Democrat, because he came from, a line of Democrats. Come on. It is what it is. He just did some conservative shit, amazingly enough, because that's what his base wanted that got him elected. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with getting the vaccinations. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that. People want to get it. My only problem is when it's forced. But that's a whole nother damn tirade there. But Candace takes it personal. And she's bringing it on air to get attention, platforming herself. Candace, what the fuck? This is why I don't say I'm a Republican or a Democrat. This is why I don't say I'm whatever the hell Candace Owens, because right now I don't know what the fuck she is right now. She sounds like she's a fucking Democrat right now. Fucking liberal. She was, right? So maybe that doesn't change. There's so I've come to the conclusion, libertarians and independents, they don't change. Their morals and ideals and their political opinions pretty much stay the same their whole lives, right? But these fucking Democrats and these fucking Republicans, and then you got these fucking socialists like fucking Hasanabi, I don't know what the fuck, because they change too as they get older, right? So I don't know what the fuck he's going to be in 40 fucking years. But if you're a Republican or you're a Democrat, I just assume, oh, well, you're a Republican or Democrat for this year. Maybe for the next 5 years. And then after that, you're just going to fucking switch. Because something changes in your life. You get older or whatever. Or you're young. And it was already, either or. This is a red flag. I hate that I'm red flagging fucking Candace thanks to fucking Hasanabi. Thank you. Thank you, Hasanabi, for allowing me to be in a position to red flag Candace Owens right here. I can't trust Candace Owens as a independent who's conservatively, financially conservative and socially liberal. And liberal by libertarian. So if liberals, they used to be a libertarian. So I'm just gonna go with the libertarian, socially libertarian, and that's by choice because this world is fucking crazy. So I've come to the point where socially, you can fucking do whatever the fuck you want to do with your fucking life. Just don't fucking expect me to fucking have to do it myself. You know what I mean? And that's more libertarian. And the independent comes from, well, I can't go with any of these fucking people. I can't go for Hasanabi because socialism's horrible. Socialism invites communism. Why would the fuck would I want to support that shit? And that fucking, that's fucking, you know, Soviet Union bullshit. I ain't gonna fucking support that shit. Oh god, let's go on here.
That's you think that's the first time this happened? That's what made you realize he doesn't like accountability? That's crazy.
That you misunderstood.
In fairness, you will always have a ceiling amongst the Dems because of your 821 stuff. No, that's not the reason. No, my friend, the ceiling is my relentless criticism of the Democratic Party and also my political worldview, which is antithetical to the opinions of the over.
Yeah, this is kind of funny because, like, I will take what people say. If there's gossip and I hear someone's talking shit about me, I'll do the same thing, Trump. I'll be like, this motherfucker's talking shit about me. And then I'll confront up that person about it, and then we'll go down. We'll throw it down and be like, did you talk shit about me? No? Okay. You did? Okay. Why? Gotcha. That's simple. I say my part and it's done. Hopefully respectably. I like to trust. I like to trust people at their word first. If you lie to me once, you've been red flagged. I will automatically never believe what you say again. Everything will come with a grain of salt. It is in my nature to believe. So, if I have a friend of 25 years, maybe that might be a little bit exception. At that point, I don't give a fuck. If I have a friend of 25 years, I don't care what the fuck they say because they've been loyal for 25 fucking years and around. But if there's someone I've known for a year, and this other person comes around, well, this guy you've known for years been talking shit about you behind your back. Well, I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out who's lying. And if that fucker lied to me, and that person wasn't talking shit, you've been red flagged. If they're unlucky, I won't tell them they've been unflagged. I do that to people. If a son of a bitch lies to me, I might go on with it. And what I mean by go on with it, I might hear him a little bit more. I might let him think that I believe him at that point. Once I've checked mark, that way I can kind of like keep him not just under a red flag, but I can keep him from from lying to other people. I can keep track on that person. I will do that shit.
Overwhelming majority of the Democratic Party.
So overall, Candace, confirm it with Trump. Okay? It is what it is.
No such distinction between independent content creators on the right versus the Republican Party as a whole. Their ideological project revolves around upholding capitalism. Okay? Same with the liberals.
There is no, I'm going to be straight up, there is no upholding capitalism. There is no. Capitalism is a system to the point to where it is a beginning. And as time goes on, it's slowly lost. It gets slow, especially with technology, it gets slowly lost. There is no going back to capitalism. There is no going back. There is no easy fix to going back. There is, we lose the system. The country falls eventually. And then it gets to a point to where it rebuilds itself. It never gets to a point the way that it did in our country to where there was a revolution and literally a whole new system, a republic was formed with constitutional values, and therein also a capitalistic society. I mean, within that republic. I mean, it never happens. It never happens. Never fucking happens. It fucking special. There's never going anything back. This country will never be a capitalistic society ever again. There's no fucking way that could ever fucking happen. If it does,
something about your base that's not growing, that's not developing. In fact, he should have tried to understand why the base was so upset with him, which would have led to the fact that his base is not pro-COVID vaccine. It's that simple. I understood that. I could have told him that. But at that moment, I realized that he's not listening. Who is this guy next to him?
I love that that's the moment that she realized it, by the way. That was it. That was when she figured
trying
it
to
out.
egg him on to be angry
It's like at the top of the hour when I tell you time and time again that there's a 6-second ad break and like you just refuse to comprehend it.
at me for trying to defend him, to say that he's not a shill, to say, no, actually, I think that he genuinely does support the vaccines. He did genuinely support the vaccines. So all of this going on made me, again, question him if he was becoming too angry, which is to say,
It's pretty funny to
I'm never going to. Okay, you know, I really did thought I was considering, but after seeing just this alone, with what she just said and did, and the political meanings that it has, not the disillusion, but the deceit. She's talking about him. Why she's questioning why isn't he understanding? Why isn't he understanding? She's making the judgment. He heard something and he made a judgment. That's on him. She heard this, or no, she had a conversation with him. She didn't like how it handled or how it went. Then she made the judgment. And now she's made the judgment to turn against him. The only person that's been able to unite their party in recent memory, she's going to make a judgment against. Yeah. Yeah, Trump united the Republican Party. He took it over, but he united it in that sense. Now she's doing the Ben Shapiro shit in a different way. She's using emotion. Ben Shapiro doesn't use emotion. He tries to use logic to a certain extent, statistics and so on, mostly statistics. She's using emotion here. But they're both doing the same tactic, and that's separating the party. In my mind, what candidate does she want to run instead of him? That's what's going through my mind. Everything has a political agenda. Everything has a reason. This is disgusting. And no, Hasanabi, you're just disgusting. Sorry, I'm giving you my view, but you know what? It is a republic and a democracy at that. So I will listen to you. At the very least.
He got fucking backed up. You know what I
But
mean? He did.
But Hasanabi has the agenda on the other side, so he's enjoying this. He's enjoying the party separating themselves, the Republican Party doing this shit and dividing each other. If anything, I would be surprised if someone just like Hasanabi on the Democratic side is paying these fuckers to do this. I wouldn't even be fucking surprised. I'm not saying that's what happened, though. I wouldn't be fucking surprised. It's fucking dirty, dude.
Dumb.
Because I would rather, in my mind, I would rather accept that fact. It would be easier to accept than that they are doing this on purpose and purposely dividing themselves. Like, that's me wanting to be disillusioned just for a moment. Like, I cannot possibly believe that they would do that to themselves. Someone has to be doing some outside work on the other side or something like that. I would rather believe that. Unfortunately, I don't even think that. I think they're fucking actually doing this stupid shit. Like, by choice. Is really horrible. And by choice, I mean, they probably want different candidates.
Like, mad at Trump for fucking...
I bet they're at the point to where, like, you know, Biden's old and so is Trumpy. We need someone else.
Openly supporting the vaccines.
That when Trump went into the election in 2016, he was having fun. Right? He was naming people, giving them fun names, enjoying the base, having a good time. I would even say in
No, Trump was not having a good time.
No political analysis from political...
He was fucking dealing with fucking Hillary. He was dealing with a split Republican Party trashing him at every fucking turn. He was dealing with the other side trashing him. What picture she... This is where I have to stop. This is when I get angry. I'm fucking double red flagging her.
Candace Owens thus far. petty grievances.
And when I red flag someone, in my mind, I don't wish them ill will or harm. I just will not trust them. And everything they say comes with a grain of salt. I am a fucking NI Dom. Okay? INFJ. FE. Morality.